Hey everyone, welcome back to 100 for Life. My name's Dan. If this is the first time you're joining us, welcome and thanks for checking out our videos. A little over 3 weeks ago, I'm going on 1 month right now, I had weight loss surgery. Specifically, I had gastric bypass surgery. And that's where I've explained this in other videos, and I'm going to have a very detailed video probably next week on exactly what gastric bypass is. But it's where they reduce the size of your stomach from whatever it previously was to about the size of an egg and reroute some intestine to help with some malabsorption and things like that. And it's a pretty common weight loss surgery. Not quite as common as a VSG, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which I chose not to have. My doctor and I thought gastric bypass would be a better fit for me. But all that being said, as a little over 3 weeks out, I wanted to share with you guys the kinds of things I'm eating on a daily basis, what my normal food intake is like, calories, things like that. As I said in my previous video, by the time it was made, I was down over 35 pounds in the last month. That is including pre-surgery diet time, which started on August 13th. So going into my 4th week post-surgery, I have lost over 35 pounds, which is awesome. It's really great. I'm feeling good most of the time. As I talked about in my last video, there are some ups and downs after weight loss surgery that pretty much everyone experiences. And unfortunately, I was not the exception to everything like I thought I was and hoped I was going to be. But so far, things have been going really good. Been really happy with the results. Me, my wife, my kids are really excited to keep going forward. But today's video is about food and what I eat and drink every day. So I got some examples that I brought with me to show you guys. And it varies a little bit, and in no way am I saying that you should take these products or use these products or eat these foods. That's between you and your doctor and what works best for you and your pouch. These are things that I have found that Barry, which is what I've named my pouch, that Barry likes and Barry's willing to tolerate well, with some exceptions that we'll go into. So first of all, most important thing that you're going to have is your water. I have had an interesting time with water that I haven't heard about a lot of other people having. First, I have to drink at least 42 ounces of water a day, preferably upwards of 60 ounces of water. I have had problems with certain bottles of water or even certain levels of purification water, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what's different about them to make me tolerate certain waters better than other waters. Like we normally would buy the cheap bottles of water at Walmart because we find, and I'm sure people are going to complain that the bottled water is wasteful and things like that, and I do agree to an extent. But our family drinks more water if we have bottles of water around the house. So we buy generic, bottle of water from Walmart or wherever. And I don't know what it is about that water, but I have a really hard time stomaching it. I have to take super, super small sips still, like baby sips still, for it not to kind of hurt as it goes down. It hasn't made me sick or anything like that, but it has made me sore while I'm drinking it. So I have to be careful with it. But I found other bottles of water don't, because I thought maybe it was just drinking out of a bottle. Maybe too much air was getting in, something like that, and it was giving me some discomfort. But I tried other bottles of water like Dasani, and I tolerate that better. It turns out the water I tolerate the best is actually just the water out of our fridge. I got my big cup, which I didn't bring up here with me, but it's a big 34-ounce cup that I have one at work and one here at home, and I fill that up. And I try to drink at least one of those throughout the day. Like when I'm at work, I'm always just constantly drinking on it, or at home throughout the day, I try to drink on it. And then have a bottle of the equivalent of a bottle of water afterwards to make sure I'm reaching my water goals. But yeah, so different waters have affected me differently, and I've tolerated them at different rates. Like water out of my fridge, I can take pretty decent sized drinks of, pretty regular, just normal drinks. I can't chug it or anything like that. But I can take pretty normal drinks, which is a big thing for me. I've always really liked water. I like just drinking cold water. Also, temperatures. A lot of people have a hard time tolerating temperatures. I had a hard time tolerating temperatures initially too, but that's starting to get better. I'm starting to be able to drink my water chilled, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't cause discomfort based off temperature. I haven't tried too much stuff being hot yet. Warm, I can handle warm foods and stuff, and that seems to be fine. So my temperature regulation's getting a little better. So my normal day consists of generally 3 meals and 2 to 3 snacks a day. I'm trying to get in and all my water. A lot of these foods and drinks, I'm going to talk about some protein drinks, don't count towards my water goal. The way my doctor wants it is only water or things that count as a clear liquid diet count towards your water goal. So things like sugar-free jello, sugar-free popsicles, broth, those all still count towards my clear liquid goal. But I try to get other foods in there too and not just focus on that. So my protein goal is 85 to 90 grams of protein a day. and I get that. I can fit that in mostly. And that generally starts with breakfast. Sometimes for breakfast, I'll either have really two options so far as all I've been eating. One is I'll have like 1 or 2 scrambled eggs, cooked a little soft, and it takes me a while to eat them, but I get them down, and it's nice. It's good to eat some real food, and that's not just like liquids and creams and stuff like that. But it doesn't. It only offers, I think, like 9 grams of protein for 2 eggs, which is good. I mean, that's a good start. But a lot of times I will have Greek yogurt with no lumps, bumps, or chunks, as my dietitian says. So no fruit or anything in it. It's just regular. It's 000 yogurt. It doesn't have no sugar, no artificial sweetener, 0% fat. But it has 15 grams of protein for this cup. And I can eat this cup for breakfast. Like, I've gotten to the point where that is not too much food for me. So I either start off my day with a 9 or 15 protein breakfast. Sometimes I used to, when I was having a harder time tolerating foods, I would actually add protein, unflavored protein powder or vanilla protein powder to my vanilla or strawberry yogurts to add 6 grams of protein to that too, and that'd be a 21 gram protein breakfast, which was really good in my initial when I was really still only able to eat creamy stuff. That made a big difference to help me get in my protein, but it kind of muted the flavors and stuff, which I wasn't a big fan of. It didn't make it taste bad or necessarily different, but just slightly muted. So that's breakfast generally. After that, I have a snack. Midday, not midday, early day. I generally have breakfast at like 6:30 or 7, and then I have a snack at like 9, between 9 and 10. And a lot of times that is something as easy as a cheese stick. A lot of cheese sticks actually have a surprising amount of protein. Like this has like 5 grams of protein or something. And I didn't realize how much protein was in cheese. I get string cheese, which is recommended because peeling the strings, it's easier to eat the small amounts of just the strings. And it kind of gives me something to do. You know what I mean? It keeps me busy. It kind of satisfies the need of the chewing and the eating something, and gives me something to kind of do with my hands a little bit, which I like. So it's kind of an experience to eat cheese sticks. I've really been digging the low-fat cheese sticks. That was a nice addition to my diet that actually does add a good amount of protein. For lunches, I've been eating a lot of different things in this same kind of vein, but tuna, like prepackaged tuna that's flavored. I've made a mistake of trying some spicy flavors a little too early on, so these are kind of in reserve for when my stomach gets a little more used to it. But there are plenty of flavors, and they have chicken and tuna and things like that. I've been eating a lot of flaked chicken and tuna for my lunches, which has really been good. It adds protein, it helps me feel satiated, and it makes me feel like I'm actually getting to chew something, which is nice. I really like to be able to chew something and feel like I'm eating. And it's not something just completely weird. I can so sit with people and eat it at work or whatever, and it's fine. It's normal. It's good. And like I said, it adds that protein. I've also found I can eat mashed potatoes. I just get like the small things of Bob Evans mashed potatoes. Sometimes add some protein and stuff to them. And I don't eat those often because there's not a lot of protein. Even if you add the protein powder, it's still mainly carbohydrates, which I don't want to eat too many of. I know I need some, but I don't want to go overboard on it. So those are more like once or twice a week, just to kind of give me something a little different to shake up my variety, because variety is important. Variety was a big issue for a while that I had, but I'm starting to be able to add some more things and shake things up, and that's been nice. So afternoon snacks generally consist of like a protein drink. I've been doing 1 or 2 of these a day. Sometimes I do morning snack and afternoon snack. I'll have protein because I mainly drink the Premier Proteins, but this one 11 ounces has 30 grams of protein, and that's a huge help towards that protein goal. I mean, if I have 2 of them in a day, I'm already at 60 out of like 85 to 90. So throw a yogurt on that, and you're hitting that goal pretty close without much effort, and without adding too much extra of like protein powders and stuff to things, which is really nice. So I'm getting kind of tired of them though. I've tried several different flavors, and I'm just drinking 1 or 2 of them a day. I'm just getting tired of them. I'm actually going to probably switch it up to try Muscle Milk, which has a little bit more carbohydrates and a little less protein. So I really wanted to try to stick to the Premiers as long as I could, but honestly, they're getting to where they're kind of hard to drink. And maybe that's just going to be protein drinks in general. I'll get back to you guys on that after I try some other brands to see if maybe I'm not so burnt out on them as I used to be. But we'll see. We'll keep you up to date. So for dinner, I've actually been trying to eat more with my family, which is a big thing, preparing meals and eating meals together as a family. You just have to be a little smarter about it. Like most of our meals have a cooked vegetable that I can mash up, whether it's potato. Like one day we did roast with potatoes, carrots, and roast, and I was able to just mash up some potatoes and carrots and eat them really well, and was able to blend up some roast beef with some broth, and it just broke down that consistency a little bit. I didn't go full like paste like they recommended. I've honestly probably been going a little more chewing into my food than I really should be at this point, or I'm really supposed to be, but I'm handling it well. And they tell you to listen to your pouch, listen to Barry. And Barry's telling me that he's able to tolerate these things pretty well. So in moderation, I've been, trying out some things, keeping with my guidelines, but already starting to kind of transition into my post 1 month dietary guidelines. So in the evening, if I do get hungry, because I do get hungry. People will say that you may never feel hungry again, but I do feel hungry, and I feel very hungry when I do feel hungry. My pouch feels extremely empty, but then a cheese stick and I'm full. I'm good. It doesn't take much to fill me back up. So the evenings, if I do have another snack, I might throw in a sugar-free Jell-O or sugar-free pudding, or maybe another cheese stick. Occasionally, I'll have like half a banana. Just to try and get some real food. I like to be able to eat real food. That's one thing I really I wouldn't say unhappy about, but that I'm not super thrilled about is that I'm still eating a lot of processed like protein drinks and things like that, because I just haven't been able to incorporate as much real food in my diet as I want to yet. But each day and each week, I'm getting to add more and more things, and it's been really helpful. So that is basically what I'm eating now most days. Again, there's a little bit of variety. Like I said, I throw in some mashed potatoes or things like that, or different types of cheese sticks, or just a variety of different ways of having chicken and tuna, and really focusing on some variety in dinner, honestly, with my family. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Please, we'll answer as many comments as we can, or to be honest, we'll answer your comments. Just leave some comments and we'll answer them. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button down there. And if you liked this video and like our content and want to see what's coming up and want to hear more about my weight loss and what I can eat and what I'm going through and what my life's like now and how these things are affecting my family, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And you can also find us on 100forlife.com. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video. We really appreciate it.